A shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can!
Grandpa! No! Be careful! Grandpa, stop! Grandpa in my pocket! The thing about Grandpa is that he's always fun.
Was the bottom of the...
We play lots of games.
Read!
Oh, you won again!
I certainly did.
We read Captain Dumbledore stories.
The tennis racket sprung out of the side of the spaceship.
We share our ice cream. We suck up our spaghetti. And Grandpa is always like this.
Don't forget your beach ball, Jason.
We were getting ready to go to the beach. Mr. Whoops had promised Jemima and me, and a bunch of our friends, a fun day out. Everyone loves Mr. Whoops. He owns the toy shop in Sunny Sands, which is the best toy shop in the world. You can buy anything and everything here. Mr. Whoops is great fun, and he loves his toy shop as much as we do. There's going to be games and a picnic, Grandpa.
Oh.
And there's even going to be a puppet show.
Oh, sounds wonderful. Doesn't it, Wolfie, eh? You like...
And Grandpa was right. We were going to spend the day in the wonderful world of Mr. Whoops.
I think I'll come along too.
Oh, Grandpa, I'm sorry, but there's no room in Campo. I'm taking Jason, Jemima, and a whole load of their friends. Never mind all this. Hurry up, Jason, we're loading up.
I really, really want to come.
Not a shrinking cup, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can!
You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of magical things. Grandpa, come back! He can get into my car and make it go. Grandpa, watch out! Grandpa, come back here! Be careful! Not the plane, Grandpa! He can fly off in my plane. I'm the only one who knows about Grandpa's shrinking cap, so I have to make sure nobody sees him when he's small.
Hurry up, Jason, our friends are here!
There was nothing I could do. I had to go. So we all got into Campo and off we went. And soon everyone started singing.
The wonderful world of Mr. Whoops. Whoops! We're off to the beach. Hooray! We wonder what fun we're going to have with Mr. Whoops today. Whoops!
And Mum said,
I'm sorry there wasn't any room for Grandpa.
and Jemima said,
So am I. Poor Grandpa.
but I had a feeling that Grandpa might find his own way to the beach. And I was right.
I had to come, Jason. If Mr. Whoops is having a fun day, he's going to need my help. You know what Mr. Whoops is like?
Mr. Whoops is called Mr. Whoops because he's always having little accidents. He drops things. He falls over things.
Whoops!
He falls off things.
Whoops!
He even trips over his own feet.
Whoops!
He's bound to have a little accident. I won't be any trouble. Promise.
When Grandpa's got an idea in his head, there's no stopping him.
Mr. Whoops says, do this! Mr. Whoops says, do this!
Mum was in the beach hut getting the picnic ready.
Mr. Whoops says, do this! Mr. Whoops says, do this! Mr. Whoops says...
Of course, I was wondering where Grandpa was. And then I saw him, peeping out of the beach bag. But just then, Mr. Whoops got carried away.
Whoops!
He accidentally kicked the beach bag, and up went Grandpa. While everyone else ran to help poor Mr. Whoops, I ran to rescue Grandpa. I'm all right, Grandpa.
He gave me quite a kick.
You promised you'd be no trouble.
I wasn't trouble.
Mum put a bandage on Mr. Whoops's arm, but nothing stops Mr. Whoops from enjoying himself. We were playing Whoops in the middle, and I was wondering where Grandpa was hiding now. This time Grandpa had gone too far, but Mr. Whoops was about to go too far too. Everyone ran to help Mr. Whoops, and I ran to find Grandpa again. Grandpa, where are you?
In here, wiggling.
Grandpa wasn't hurt, which is more than could be said for Mr. Whoops. Mum had to put a bandage on Mr. Whoops's head, but nothing would stop him from having fun. It was picnic time.
Picnic time! And while you're having your picnic, I'll do the puppet show.
I looked around for Grandpa again. He was standing on Mr. Whoops's puppet chest. What would he get up to next?
A picnic isn't a picnic without a jelly.
Mr. Whoops ran after the jelly before I could stop him, and then...
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my two left feet. Oh, my wobbly bottom.
What's the matter?
There's a
There's a what?
There's a little man in the jelly.
Oh, Mr. Whoops, I think you need a little sit down. You've had a bang on the head. You can do the puppet show another day.
Maybe you're right. Sorry, everyone. It was a bit of a shock. I don't normally see little men in jellies.
I got Grandpa out of the jelly and he was fine, but a bit sticky.
We'll have to do the puppet show, Jason.
But Grandpa...
You don't want to disappoint your friends, do you? Just tell them you'll do the puppet show. I'll help.
I'm so excited. Brilliant.
Hello everyone, welcome to the wonderful world of Mr. Whoops's puppet show!
Tell them who you are. Go on, make it up.
I'm the Wuzzlefuzz, and this is my friend, the Bongo Boing. Boing, boing, boing. While I was being the Wuzzlefuzz and the Bongo Boing, Grandpa had an idea of his own. Stop boinging, Bongo Boing.
I can't. I'm the Bongo Boing, and that's what I do. I boing. Boing, boing, boing.
It was going well, and it was about to get even better.
Wiggle, 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 whoop.
Grandpa had got right inside a puppet and was wiggling for all he was worth.
Boing, 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 boing.
Everyone wondered how I could work 3 puppets with only 2 hands.
Jason's always doing amazing things like this.
Oh no! A Bongo Boing and a Wiggle Whoop, and I'm no good at anything. Boo-hoo-hoo.
But you're a Wuzzlefuzz. Can't you wuzzle? I'm sure you can work out how to wuzzle.
I had to think of something fast. Wuzzle, 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 nuzzle! Everyone started to wuzzle. Even Mr. Whoops was wuzzling. He'd forgotten about the little man in the jelly and he was having a great time. And so was the little man in the jelly. After the show, I put Grandpa in my pocket and brought him home. Mr. Whoops' day out had been great. I had been a Wuzzlefuzz and a Bongo Boing, and Grandpa had been a Wiggle Whoop. And everyone had had fun, thanks to Grandpa. I ran inside before anyone else. And put him on the floor. Grandpa quickly whipped up his cap and came back to his normal size.
Well done, Wuzzlefuzz.
Well done, Wiggle Whoop!
We saved the day, eh? Teamwork.
Teamwork!
Mr. Whoops fell over, and so Jason did this amazing puppet show with a bongo boing and a wiggle whoop that went wiggle, 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 whoop.
Just like that, Grandpa. Anyone would think you'd been there. You weren't the little man in the jelly, were you? Wiggle, 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 whoop.
Grandpa in my pocket.
Thank you, Captain Dumbletwit, said the Fringle Frangle Lump. You have saved the...
Bless you, Grandpa.
Oh,
Grandpa couldn't stop sneezing. He always gets the sneezes at this time of year, when the cherry blossoms on the trees. Bless you again, Grandpa.
Miss Smiley's asked me to pop into her cafe. She's had to go away, so she's left Mr. Whoops in charge. Now, where did I put my bag?
Mr. Whoops in charge of the cafe? That's the worst idea I've ever heard.
And Grandpa was right. You see, Mr. Whoops is called Mr. Whoops because he's always having little accidents. He drops things. He falls over things.
Whoops!
He falls off things.
Whoops!
He even trips over his own feet.
Whoops!
Oh yes, with Mr. Whoops in charge, there was bound to be chaos in the cafe.
Where did I put it?
Can we come with you? I really fancy an ice cream
Bless you.
Bless you. Jason can come, but I don't think you should, Grandpa. There's so much blossom about. You'll sneeze even more if you go outside.
But Mum!
I've got to come to the cafe. Sneezes or no sneezes. Mr. Whoops will need my help.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of magical things. He can get into my car and make it go. He can fly off in my plane.
Where's Grandpa? Gone for a little lie down, I expect.
That's what everyone thinks when Grandpa goes missing. I'm the only one who knows about his shrinking cap.
There you are. Come along, Jason.
There was nothing for it. I had to go. So off we went in Campo to Miss Smiley's cafe. Soon Mum said,
I'm glad Grandpa decided not to go out. It was very sensible of him.
and I thought, Grandpa? Sensible? If only she knew. Miss Smiley's cafe at the end of the pier is the best cafe in the world. And today, Mr. Whoops had added his own special touch. Cherry blossom! On the tables, on the counter, everywhere. Mr Whoops' ice cream sundaes were almost as good as Miss Smiley's.
Just as well Grandpa didn't come. Mr Whoops has brought the outside inside today. Grandpa would never have stopped sneezing.
And that was Grandpa sneezing right now. Of course, I had to pretend it was me. Achoo!
Bless you, Jason.
More strawberry sauce, anybody?
Mr Whoops had had an accident with the strawberry sauce.
Please.
Now was my chance to talk to Grandpa. Grandpa, you nearly gave yourself away just then.
I know, I'm sorry. It's all this cherry blossom.
Why don't you just go home? Mr Whoops is doing fine. He doesn't need any help.
He will in a minute. Guess who I saw on the pier making her way here?
Lady Prigsbottom!
It's your ladyship to you, small boy with an ice cream moustache.
This was bad news for Mr Whoops. Everyone in Sunny Sands knows Lady Prigsbottom. She's famous for having a very big house, a very smart car, and a very straight face.
What's all this rubbish? This is my table. Miss Smiley always leaves this free for me. Clear it and make it snappy.
Yes, your ladyship. Of course, your ladyship.
Lady Prigsbottom was surprised to see Mr Whoops covered in strawberry sauce.
Somebody get a cloth!
See what I mean? Mr Whoops is going to need all the help he can get.
Mum tried to calm Lady Prigsbottom down, but it wasn't working.
I'm sure it'll leave a very stubborn stain.
Sorry about that, your ladyship. What can I get you?
I'll have a paradise pineapple pizza, a scrumptious chocolate cheesecake, a big banana shake, and make it snappy. Get off.
There's only one way to help Mr Whoops, and that's to put a smile on Lady Prigsbottom's face and make her see the funny side of things.
You'll never do it, Grandpa.
Oh, won't I? I have a brilliant plan.
But there was no time to find out what Grandpa's brilliant plan was. Mum was coming back. I've got to hide you, Grandpa. Achoo!
Bless you. Don't tell me you've got the sneezes too. Let's get this blossom out of your way.
This was a disaster. Mum was really close to Grandpa. One more sneeze and she'd find him. The good news was Grandpa had managed to escape. The bad news was that he was going to carry out his brilliant plan.
You, waiter, with the red dribble down your front. I want a large leafy salad to go with that pizza, and make it snappy.
As snappy as a crocodile, your ladyship.
If I wanted to see a clown, I'd have gone to the circus.
Mr Whoops was working as fast as he could. And he wasn't the only one. Grandpa had made a smiley face on the pizza.
Look, there's a smiley face on this pizza. I'm sure it wasn't there before.
Everything smiles in Miss Smiley's cafe, even the food.
With a bit of luck, it'll make Lady Prigsbottom smile too.
But Lady Prigsbottom was in no mood for smiling.
I've never had such appalling service. We must all complain to Miss Smiley when she gets back. We must write to Mr Crump Grumble, the taste tester from the town hall.
All the sneezing made Mr Whoops jump and sent the pizza flying.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Keep your sticky fingers out of my expensive hair, you two. I will bypass the first course and go straight for the dessert, assuming you can keep it on the plate. Scrumptious chocolate cheesecake with extra cream, a big banana shake, and...
Make it snappy. Yes, of course, your bottomship. Ladyship.
It's not your fault, Jason. It's all this cherry blossom. You can't help it if it makes you sneeze. I think we should go home.
No, we can't. I haven't finished my ice cream sundae. There was no way I could leave Grandpa now. I was sure he was working on another brilliant plan. And I was right. He'd made a smiley face on the chocolate cheesecake.
Would you believe it? Another smiley face. If this doesn't make Lady Prigsbottom smile, nothing will.
Do go carefully, Mr Whoops.
So Mr. Whoops took the smiley chocolate cheesecake with extra cream to show Lady Prigsbottom. I was hoping this time Grandpa wouldn't sneeze and make Mr. Whoops jump, but...
Whoops!
What's so funny?
I am. Look at me. Strawberry sauce, cream, chocolate. I look like an ice cream sundae.
Yes, I suppose you do. Oh, it's too silly. Oh, look at me. I look like a small boy's birthday tea.
Grandpa had done it! While everyone was laughing, Grandpa sneaked out of the cafe, got into my toy plane, and flew off. He arrived back home just before me and Mum took off his shrinking cap and went back to his normal size. Just in time, too. Brilliant plan, Grandpa.
I couldn't have managed without your chewing. That's what I call teamwork.
Yes, Grandpa. Teamwork.
Such a good job you didn't come with us, Grandpa. The cafe was full of cherry blossom. Poor Jason couldn't stop sneezing.
Really?
I'll go and get some tea, Grandpa.
Good, and make it snappy.
Oh, that's what Lady Prigsbottom kept saying. How odd!
Grandpa in my pocket.
Hey, watch it go, Jason.
It was the school holidays and I was playing marbles with Grandpa.
Not bad, not bad. But we can make it go even faster. What we need is the right marble.
Maybe I'll buy some more today, Grandpa.
Oh, I want to come with you. I'll make sure you get some good ones. Like a shooter, a few peewees, a bumblebee, a couple of rainbows, and a spiral corkscrew.
Miss Smiley was about to arrive. On some days, Miss Smiley looked after a boy called Troy. On today was one of those days. She was taking me and Troy to Mr. Whoops' shop to spend our pocket money. I wonder what Troy will choose.
Troy?
Yes, this was the day we went to buy a toy for a boy called Troy.
You didn't say Miss Smiley was bringing Troy.
Troy lives next door, and he's always inviting himself round to play. He's very spoilt and he's very rude. He does things like this.
I want it! No! Me! Give it here!
And this.
But I want to play with it!
And this. And he makes Grandpa say,
I'd like to teach him some manners. And if I come with you, maybe I can do just that.
"Not a shrinking cap, Grandpa!"
Catch me if you can.
You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of magical things. He can get into my car and make it go. Not the plane, Grandpa! He can fly off in my plane. Or he could just run for all he's worth. Once Grandpa's got his shrinking cap on, there's no stopping him. And I'm the only person who knows about it. Nobody else is allowed to see him. Suddenly the doorbell rang. I had no idea where Grandpa could be hiding.
Hello, Jason.
Hurry up!
Oh, I suppose your grandpa's gone for a little lie down, has he?
Come on! I want to go buy a toy!
You'll need your jacket, Jason.
Troy, wait for us!
There was nothing for it. Off we went. Me, Miss Smiley and Troy to Mr Whoops' shop. My favourite place in Sunny Sands. Our town is called Sunny Sands because it's always sunny and it's by the sea. We love spending time at our beach hut on the beach. And you can see the lighthouse from my bedroom window. This is Mum and Dad's bike shop. And here's Miss Smiley's cafe, which serves the best ice cream sundaes in the world. Here's Mr Whoops' shop, where you can buy anything and everything. I wish Grandpa had come with us. Maybe he had, because, as you know, Grandpa can hide anywhere. Mr Whoops is called Mr Whoops because he's always having little accidents. He drops things. He falls over things.
Whoops!
He falls off things.
Whoops!
He even trips over his own feet.
Whoops!
Every time he knocks something over, he goes,
Whoops!
Show us your bestest, most expensivest toy then.
I'd found a jar of marbles. I was looking at all the bright swirly colours and was just trying to remember which ones Grandpa wanted when
A yellow peewee.
Grandpa had been hiding in my pockets all the time. And now he was off. He loved Mr Whoops' shop. Luckily, Troy and Miss Smiley were busy looking at toys, so they didn't notice Grandpa. He was having a great time, leaping from shelf to shelf. I was really worried that they'd see him any minute. But you know Grandpa, when he's got an idea, there's no stopping him.
Oh, is that you playing Jason?
Of course, I had to pretend it was me.
Oh, Jason wants a xylophone. Jason wants a xylophone.
No, I don't. I want marbles.
Who's been eating my porridge?
I grabbed the bear to try to get at Grandpa, but Grandpa had already gone.
Oh, Jason wants a teddy. Jason wants a teddy.
No, I don't. I want marbles. I looked around for Grandpa and suddenly I saw him. Grandpa lost his balance and bumped into a big jigsaw. Now Mr Whoops was hurt and Grandpa had disappeared. Miss Smiley took Mr Whoops out the back to see to his head. I went to find Grandpa, but I didn't find him. I found these. Grandpa's clothes. This meant he was running about the shop in his pants. I put the clothes in my pocket, and just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, I saw him. Grandpa, what are you doing?
I've always fancied playing the bagpipes.
What's that noise? It's that doll. How does it work? Is it remote controlled? It must have a computer inside it or something. I know, let's have a look under its funny skirt.
Hey, watch it, laddie.
It can talk!
This time, Grandpa had gone too far.
Hey, I want the little doll in the skirt.
You want what, dear?
He must mean the Scottish doll.
Yes! No, not that one. I want the one that talks.
Oh, he's got such a lively imagination.
No! I want that one, and I want it now!
Before I knew it, Grandpa was being wrapped up. I needed a rescue plan, and I needed it fast.
And Jason would like a jar of marbles.
Actually, I've changed my mind. I'd like a Scottish doll too, please.
Copycat!
Troy had got Grandpa out of his box and was staring at him. Surely Grandpa would keep still and quiet this time. But he didn't.
Hello again, laddie.
I decided to get my doll out too.
Your doll is rubbish. It doesn't do anything. Na 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 na, your doll is rubbish.
I needed to swap the dolls before Troy took Grandpa home. But how?
I want a chocolate milkshake with a double chocolate chip muffin and chocolate sauce.
Please.
What?
You need to learn some manners. I want this, I want that. Tut, tut. Where are your pleases and your thank yous? And you shouldn't be so rude to your wee friend there either. Now, you go over to Miss Smiley and ask nicely, and have some fresh orange juice and fruit salad. You eat far too much chocolate.
Yes. Right. Okay.
Oh, I did enjoy that.
Troy's back was turned. This was my only chance. That's enough, Grandpa. Time to swap you.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. You're going back in my pocket where you'll find your clothes.
It really does talk. Honest, Miss Smiley.
I'm sure he does, dear.
No, it even knows my name. Go on. Say something. I mean, please say something.
Oh, I expect it was Jason having a little joke. He's always putting on funny voices.
It wasn't Jason. It talked to me. I'm sure it did. Thanks for taking me to the toy shop today, Miss Smiley. It was really kind of you.
I was really pleased to get back home. I ran inside ahead of Troy and Miss Smiley and quickly put Grandpa down. He whipped his shrinking cap off and was soon back to his normal size.
We did it, Jason. We taught that boy Troy some manners. Teamwork, laddie.
Aye, teamwork.
Smart work there, Jason, buying that other doll. Just a minute.
And Grandpa opened his treasure chest. It's where he keeps all sorts of things he had when he was a boy.
I just remembered. I have these.
Oh, Grandpa!
Hello, Grandpa. Sorry, I can't stay. Troy needs his tea. He's been such a sweet boy today. I wish you'd seen him. Bye.
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 Hooray!
Grandpa in my pocket! The thing about Grandpa is that he's always fun. We read Captain Dumbledore stories.
His rocket sprung out of the side of the spaceship.
We play lots of games. One of the things I like doing best with Grandpa is making pictures. We share our ice cream. And today, we were doing armchair exercises. But we weren't the only ones getting exercise. Dad and Jemima had gone on a massively long bike ride. And Mum's latest hobby was this.
Shake those fingers to the left, to the right, and shake.
Salsa dancing. In fact, everyone in Sunny Sands had gone fitness mad. We were all trying to shake up and shape up.
Keep it up, Grandpa. It's really important you keep fit. Must be awful having to spend all your time in that chair.
Of course, Mum has no idea that when Grandpa puts his shrinking cap on, he's more energetic than all of us.
You better come to the bike shop with me today, Jason. We'll be busy. What with it being shake up and shape up. Oh!
Mum had tripped over Jemima's dolls, Peter and Persephone. Luckily, she wasn't hurt.
Look, how cute is that? Peter and Persephone are both dressed to do the shake up and shape up too.
What a snazzy outfit. I could do with something like that to do my exercising in.
Grandpa, you are so funny. I'll just go and make the lunch boxes up and then we'll go. Tuna mayo, okay?
I knew what Grandpa was thinking, and it was a very worrying thought. Not the shrinking cup, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of magical things. He can get into my car and make it go. He can fly off in my plane. He can ride on Gordon, my toy seagull. Grandpa! Or he could just run for all he's worth.
Oh, Grandpa gone for a little lie down, has he? It's all that exercising. Must have worn him out. I know. We'll take the music down to the shop and practice while we're waiting for customers. Come on, Jason Mason.
So Mum and I went off to the bike shop in Campo. And Mum said...
I could really do with a partner for my salsa dancing.
And I said, what about Dad? And Mum said...
Dad? He's got 2 left feet. He can't dance any better than Grandpa.
And I thought, if only she knew. Soon we arrived at the bike shop. It's called Lend It, Mend It and Vend It. Because we lend, mend and sell bikes. We'd been at the bike shop for a while, but there was no sign of Grandpa. I was starting to think that he decided to stay at home after all.
Oh, run out of bells.
All that chasing about after Grandpa had made me feel hungry. So I opened my lunchbox, and what should I find in the space where Mum puts my banana? Grandpa.
At last. I thought you'd never open up. It stinks of tuna in here. Poor.
What are you doing?
I've come to shake up and shape up, of course.
Not here you can't. Somebody will see you. But once Grandpa's got an idea in his head, there's no stopping him. Grandpa was well away, dancing the cha-cha-cha up and down the counter. Then all of a sudden, the door opened, and who should walk in but Mr. Whoops!
Whoops!
This is a surprise.
I thought I should do my bit for Shake Up and Shape Up Week, so I've decided to buy a bike.
That's marvellous. I've got a bike in the workshop that would be perfect for you. Come and see.
Oh, how exciting! Whoops! What colour is it?
Mr. Whoops riding a bike? We can't let that happen, Jason. It'll be a disaster.
I had to agree with Grandpa. You see, Mr. Whoops is called Mr. Whoops because he's always having little accidents. He drops things. He falls over things.
Oops!
He falls off things.
Whoops!
He even trips over his own feet.
Whoops!
We needed to stop Mr. Whoops from buying a bike. We needed to make a plan. But there was no time to make a plan. Because just at that moment, Mr. Whoops' mum came back in, wheeling a shiny red bike.
Oh, this is so exciting. I've never even sat on a bike before. And now I'm going to ride one all over sunny sands.
Riding a bike, Mr. Whoops, is very hard. Maybe you should try a different sport.
Do you think so? Like what?
Like cricket?
Oh, no. I'm not very good with bats. Whoops! Whoops!
Maybe, football?
Oh, no. I'm not very good with balls. Whoops! Bike riding is definitely the thing for me.
And I'm sure you'll be fine. Let's try it out now.
Oh, yes. Let's. Shall I just put that like...
Oh, well, you can do it that way.
So Mum held the bike while Mr. Whoops climbed on.
Whoops! I think I've got
There we
it now.
go.
Oh, yes.
He put his feet carefully on the pedals and...
Whoa!
I quickly hid Grandpa so they couldn't see him.
Whoops!
Perhaps the saddle's too high.
Ah, this is what I need. Ooh. What's this? A little cyclist.
That's Jemima's doll, Peter. Did you bring it with you, Jason?
Sort of.
He could be my lucky mascot. I love his outfit. Do you have anything like that in my size?
The good news was that Mum did have a cycling suit to fit Mr Whoops. The bad news was that Mr Whoops had put his lucky mascot on the handlebars.
Why don't you take the bike for a test ride?
Yes. Now I've got my lucky mascot. I can do anything.
Everything was going wrong. Grandpa's plan was to stop Mr Whoops riding a bike, not to go with him.
Time to shake up and shape up. Here we go.
Good luck. Just keep pedaling. Don't look so worried, Jason. I'm sure Mr Whoops is going to be fine. I think he's going to absolutely love cycling.
Whoops.
Mum put some bandages on Mr Whoops, and I took his lucky mascot off the bike and put him on the counter. I was hoping that Mr Whoops' accident had put him off bike riding, but no.
I nearly did it. I'm going to try one more time.
No, you mustn't, you can't!
Of course he can. You know the saying, if at first you don't succeed...
Try doing something else. Everybody's good at something. You just have to find out what it is.
But I'm not good at any sports.
Then I saw Grandpa. He was sending me a message. It doesn't have to be a sport, Mr Whoops. How about salsa dancing?
Salsa dancing?
Perfect! Come on, Mr Whoops.
Whoops!
Mr Whoops turned out to be a brilliant dancer. He and Mum did the shake-up and shape-up salsa all afternoon. And Grandpa got to dance too. Time to go home, Grandpa. How would you rather travel? In my pocket or in my lunchbox?
Don't mind. Anything, so long as it's not a bike.
At the end of the day, I brought Grandpa home safely in my pocket. I ran inside ahead of Mum. And put him on the floor. Grandpa quickly whipped up his cap and came back to his normal size.
Oh, we did it, Jason. We got Mr Whoops to shake up and shape up without hurting himself. That's what I call teamwork.
Teamwork.
There you are, Grandpa. You'll never guess what we've been doing while you've been resting.
Salsa dancing by any chance?
Yes, with Mr Whoops. I might not have sold him a bike, but I have found myself a new dancing partner. Now, who's for some more dancing? Come on, Grandpa, get those arms moving.
Actually, I'm feeling a bit tired.
You? Tired? But you haven't done anything.
Grandpa in my pocket. It was the weekend. Mum was working at the bike shop and Jemima was at her dance class, so it was our job to get the house ready. We were expecting a visitor, someone we hadn't seen for ages.
Excuse me, Grandpa.
Oh yes, Cousin Alvin was coming to stay.
We must save some lemon bonbons for Alvin. Eh, Wolfie?
Lemon bonbons are Grandpa's favourite sweets.
I'm going to sort out a bike for Alvin. Then we can go on a long ride all round Sunny Sands.
Yes, he loved the bike ride when he came before.
Ah, Cousin Alvin, eh? He was such a lovely little chap. I can't wait to see his little cheeky face. Always smiling, always laughing. I do hope he's still like that.
But Cousin Alvin wasn't still like that. He was like this. Alvin Alvin had been with us for hours. And all he'd done was lie on the sofa and listen to his music. Even worse, he'd scoffed all Grandpa's lemon bonbons. And then he'd fallen asleep.
All he does is sleep. We can't have this, Jason. We need a plan.
And soon Grandpa had come up with a plan. Oh yes, he was planning sweet dreams for Cousin Alvin.
He's turned into a terrible teenager. There's only one way to teach him a lesson.
Not a shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can!
Grandpa, come back! You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of magical things. He can get into my car and make it go. Grandpa, stop! He can ride on Gordon, my toy seagull. Not the plane, Grandpa! He can fly off in my plane. Grandpa, come back here! Just as I was about to grab Grandpa, Dad came in.
Alvin, do you want to come and test the height of the saddle? Oh, he's fast asleep. Grandpa gone for a little lie down, has he? Expect he's fast asleep too.
Dad has no idea about Grandpa's magic shrinking cap. I couldn't see Grandpa anywhere. I knew he'd have an idea, but what? Then suddenly, I saw a big flower making its way towards Alvin.
What was that?
Of course, I had to pretend it was me.
What'd you do that for? Pesky little kid. I'm so hungry. Isn't there any, food in this house? Got any crisps? Or jammy jumbly biscuits? What about ice cream? I need ice cream.
Why did you wake him up, Grandpa? Now he's after our jammy jumblies.
Don't worry. It's all part of my cunning plan.
But there was no time to hear what Grandpa's cunning plan was. Cousin Alvin was coming back. He was being so greedy. I knew Grandpa wasn't going to like it.
Did that biscuit tin just hiccup?
I don't think biscuit tins can hiccup.
Weird.
Grandpa was having fun, but I had to get Alvin out of the way before he went too far. Shall we go out? Dad wants to take us for a bike ride.
Nah, boring. Got any more sweets?
No, but we could buy some from Mr. Whoops' shop.
Okay then.
The good news was that Alvin was leaving the house. The bad news was that Grandpa was going with him. Mr. Whoops is called Mr. Whoops because he's always having little accidents. He drops things. He falls over things. He falls off things.
Whoops!
He even trips over his own feet.
Whoops!
I was really hoping Grandpa would behave himself, because the last time he was in Mr. Whoops' shop, he did this. He had a great time jumping from shelf to shelf. You know when Grandpa's got an idea in his head, there's no stopping him.
Those will do for starters.
What? All of them?
Yeah. And I want some other stuff. Show me what you've got.
Well, there are strawberry chews, fizzy sherbet, peanut crunch, lemon bonbons.
Yeah, I want some lemon bonbons.
Oh, we seem to have run out. I might have some more in the back.
Oi! Where are my lollipops? They were just here.
I had a nasty feeling that Grandpa was up to something. And I was right.
You're in luck.
How did you do that?
I beg your pardon? Do what?
Those lollipops, they were dancing.
Very funny. You nearly had me there. You nearly had me there.
It wasn't a joke. And I want some chocolate raisins, and strawberry chews, and fizzy sherbet.
Well,
and those things that
Alvin
make
was
you-
ordering more sweets. I went to look for Grandpa. I didn't find him anywhere.
Lots of chocolates. Caramel, toffee, licorice, and mint.
But I did find these. I had no idea why Grandpa had taken all the wrappers off the lollipops. But I didn't have to wait long to find out. A giant sweet was standing on the counter. Only it wasn't a sweet, it was Grandpa. But before I could catch him...
Sorry about that. I'll just get my dustpan and brush.
Alvin was coming back. There was nothing I could do.
Hey, look at that. It's huge. I want that one too.
But you can't!
Yes, I can. I'm going to gobble it all up in one go. Ah! It's alive!
This time, Grandpa had gone too far.
Hey, come here. I want to gobble you up.
You will do no such thing, you greedy boy. Too many sweets are bad for you, and too much lying about on sofas is bad for you too. You've got to change your ways, young man.
I'm getting out of here.
You can't get rid of me that easily.
So the giant sweet ran after Alvin, and I ran after the giant sweet.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I had a little accident. Oh. They've gone.
I'm so tired.
He flung himself onto the sofa and was so tired from all the running, he soon fell fast asleep. Which, this time, was a good thing, because it gave me a chance to unwrap Grandpa. We made sure nobody was looking, then Grandpa took off his cap and came back to his normal size. Alvin was so tired, he slept and slept and slept until Grandpa decided that he slept long enough.
Time to wake up, Alvin.
Where am I? Was I asleep?
Yes, for ages.
I had this really weird dream.
Really?
Yeah. This great big sweet talked to me.
Now that is weird.
Anyway, I've had enough of lying about on the sofa. Too much lying about on sofas is bad for you. How about that bike ride? Hey, Uncle CJ, is my bike ready, please?
We did it, Jason. We turned Alvin back into the lovely little chap he used to be. Teamwork, eh?
Yes, Grandpa. Teamwork.
Honest, Jemima, it was the weirdest dream ever. I was chased down the street by a giant sweet, like this. And he said, "You can't get rid of me that easily."
Oh, Alvin, you're so funny.
It's been so good to see you. You must come and stay again soon.
Lemon bonbon, Alvin?
No thanks. Too many sweets are bad for you.